Next up, we talked last week about the fact that we lost our running backs coach who went back to the Saints after a one-year hiatus here with the Giants. And the Giants have now hired a new coach for the running back room. And this was breaking news by Dan Duggan of The Athletic. He said the Giants are hiring Ladell Betts as their running back coach per sources. Betts had been the Iowa running back coach in 2021. He played in the NFL from 2002 to 2010 for Washington and New Orleans. Daboll leaning into the Kirk friends tree in Iowa. Coach's son James is assistant offensive line coach, and Steven, a defensive assistant, already on staff. And yeah, this is an interesting hire because part of me goes, who the hell would actually want to come coach with the Giants? Like, let's be very frank about this. You got a lame duck coach, as lame duck gets. I guarantee you, and I know they haven't released that kind of list that I've seen at least yet, but I guarantee you when they finally release the list of people most likely to get fired this season, Daboll's number one.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it is. So, you know, you got guys who literally have to give up current jobs to take these jobs. It's kind of like the guy who needs to show himself and try to take the next step and try to sneak into a position he might not be fully ready for in some eyes. That's what you usually get. So that's what we got now. We got a guy who literally has coached one job in college ever. Before that, he coached in the high school level from 2010 to 2018. Obviously, Giants fans do remember him from his playing days because he did play quite a while. I think all but one of his seasons that he played was with Washington. He did have a 1,000-yard rushing season in that as well, though largely considered kind of a bust there because he was a second-round pick, if I remember correctly, and just didn't quite pan out there. But still had a good career. I mean, hell, anytime you get a 9-year career as a running back, you did something right. Just not exactly what you hope out of a second-round pick. This year, Iowa, the big thing for them was Caleb Johnson, who was rushed for 1,537 yards and 21 touchdowns, which is a school record. Both of those stats led the Big Ten. So, yeah, definitely a consensus All-American. I mean, great season. But you have to ask the question, how much was Johnson, how much was Betts? And that's the thing we don't know. And I don't think any of us can know that. You like to hope, since we hired the guy, that
you would hope, but there's no way to take that apart. As a conversation with any great player and any great coach, who helps who more?
Yeah. Now the other interesting part of this is, keep in mind, Tyrone Tracy did play at Iowa during Betts' time there, but he played as a wide receiver, not as a running back. So we don't know what kind of relationship those two may already have. But if they have a good relationship, then that would be an interesting part of this, because obviously his biggest job is going to be teaching Tracy more of the running back position, especially pass protection, which is probably the biggest issue for Tracy right now. As it is for most rookie running backs coming into the NFL, let alone one that only played 2 seasons as actual running back in college, only one of them starting. So, there's that learning curve is definitely pretty steep for him there on that category specifically. So, like I said, you got to hope the relationship is there, and you got to hope that's part of why they went this route. That's basically what it boils down to. So, we shall see, though.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes, too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.